steel bar is placed between two copper bars. Each having a same cross sectional area and length L at 15 degree centigrade. Stop. At this stage, they are rigidly connected together. At both the ends, full stop. The length of composite bar is also same. When the temperature is raised to 315 degrees centigrade, the length of the bar increased by 1.5 millimeter. Full stop. Determine the stresses in bars and find the length of the bars. Next, take Young's modulus of steel is equal to 210 GPa, Young's modulus of copper is equal to 110 GPa. Thermal expansion alpha S is equal to 0.00040 12 per degree C, and coefficient of thermal expansion of copper is equal to 0.40. 175 per degree C. A steel bar is placed between two copper bars. So placing between copper bars, it's a rectangular bar. Steel bar is placed between two copper bars having same cross sectional area. Each having a same cross sectional area and length. Each having the same cross sectional area and length at 15 degrees centigrade. At this stage, they are rigidly connected together at both the ends. They are rigidly connected together at both the ends by means of a plate of negligible thickness. The length of the composite bar is also same. Length of the composite member is also same. When the temperature is raised to 315 degrees centigrade, the length of the bar increased by 1.5 millimeter. Full stop. For this condition, asked to determine the stresses in bars and also asked to find the length of the bars by taking Young's modulus and the thermal expansions. Given area of steel bar AS is equal to A. Next, area, cross sectional area of copper bar ACU is equal to 2 times of A. Since there are two copper bars, cross sectional area is equal to 2A. Next, when the composite member is subjected to temperature, it was at the beginning the temperature was T1 is equal to 15 degree centigrade and T2 is equal to 315 degree centigrade. Therefore, T is equal to difference of T2 and T1, that is equal to 300 degree centigrade. Under this temperature, there is increase in length of the composite bar, that is delta L is equal to 1.5 millimeter. Given Young's modulus of steel, ES is equal to 210 into 10 power 3 Newton per millimeter square. Young's modulus of copper ECU is equal to 110 into 10 power 3 Newton per millimeter square. The thermal expansions are alpha S is equal to 0.4012 per degree C and alpha copper is equal to 0.40175 per degree. For this condition, it is asked to find the stresses induced. It is obviously Fs is equal to question mark and Fcu is equal to question mark. Also asked to find the length of the bars. L is equal to question mark. To solve this problem, you proceed in an usual manner. First compare the forces developed here. We know that copper and steel, copper will expand more than the steel, hence compressive force in copper is equal to tensile force. That is the first step. And based on that, you can find out stress in one material in terms of other material. Then for compatibility, again as compressive force developed here, and hence compressive stress will develop in copper and tensile stress will develop in the steel. Write expression for compatibility and proceed. You can calculate both stress in steel and copper. Then again consider a compatibility condition. As the material is rigidly fastened by means of the plates, the change in length, if at all take place, it is same, and that will be same in both the materials. Both in copper and steel. By considering any one material, we can easily find out the length of the composite bar. Here, compressive force in copper is equal to tensile force in steel, that is FCU ACU is equal to FS AS. Therefore, FCU is equal to ACU divided by AS divided by ACU into Fs. Therefore, we will get FCU A divided by 2A into Fs, that is equal to 0.5 times of Fs. Next, for compatibility, as compressive force developed in the copper bar and tensile force will develop in the steel bar, the corresponding stresses will develop. Alpha B T minus alpha Cu T minus FCU divided by ECU is equal to alpha S T plus Fs divided by ES. Substitute the values here. Alpha Cu is 0.0000175 into T is 300 minus FCU, it is 0.5 times of Fs divided by ECU 110 into 10 power 3 equal to alpha S is 0.0004012 into 300 plus Fs, right, as it is, that divided by Es 210 into 10 power 3. Solving this, you will get Fs. So, we will get Fs is equal to 177.27 Newton per millimeter square, and by back substitution we will get FCU is equal to 88.63 Newton per millimeter square. Next, to calculate the length of the composite bar, further, as strain in both the materials is same, we can write delta L is equal to L alpha S T plus Fs divided by Es into L. Ls we can write, of course. So, as length is same, we can write it is delta L is equal to L into alpha S into T plus Fs by Es. Here given that delta L is equal to 1.5 millimeter, that is 1.5 is equal to L into alpha S 0.00012 into 300 plus Fs 177.27 divided by Es 210 into 10 power 3. Here the only unknown is L. We can easily calculate. Solving, you will get L is equal to 337.52 millimeters. So in this way we can calculate the unknowns. A flat bar of aluminum alloy 30 millimeter wide and 8 millimeter thick is placed between two steel bars each 30 millimeter wide and 10 millimeter thick. To form a composite bar of 30 millimeter by 'stop'. The bars are held together at their ends when the temperature is 12 degrees centigrade. Full stop. Find the stresses induced in each of the material when the temperature of the whole assembly rise to 42 degrees centigrade. Full stop. If at the new temperature a compressive load of 30 kilonewton is applied to the composite bar full stop. What are the final stresses in steel and aluminum? Take ES is equal to 200 GPa, comma EA is equal to 70 GPa, alpha S is equal to 12 into 10 power minus 6 and alpha A is equal to 23 into 10 power minus 6 per degree centigrade. Here the problem is a combination of a temperature stress and a temperature variation temperature and the applied load. A steel bar of aluminum alloy 300 mm wide and 8 mm thick is placed between two steel bars, each 30 mm wide and 10 mm thick, to form a composite bar of 30 mm by 28 mm. A steel bar is placed between aluminum alloy is placed between two steel bars. This is aluminum, steel, the thickness of steel is 10 millimeter and aluminum is 8 millimeter, again 10 millimeter. So total thickness is 28 millimeter and the width is 30 millimeter. This is the cross section. The bar is held together at their ends. When the temperature is 12 degree, find the stresses induced in each of the material when the temperature of the whole assembly rises to 42 degrees centigrade. Here the cross sectional area of aluminum and steel can be calculated. Cross sectional area so when two dimensions are given, it is a rectangular section. Area of aluminum is equal to 30 multiplied by 8, it is 240 millimeter square. Area of steel is equal to again 30 multiplied by 10, that multiplied by 2, that is equal to 300 into 2, it is 600 millimeter square. Temperature T1 is equal to 12 degree centigrade and T2 is equal to 42 degree centigrade. Therefore, T is equal to T2 minus T1, that is equal to 30 degree centigrade. Given Young's modulus of steel, ES is equal to 200 into 10 power 3 Newton per millimeter square, and Young's modulus of aluminum EA is equal to 70 into 10 power 3 Newton per millimeter square. Alpha S is equal to 12 into 10 power minus 6 and alpha A is equal to 23 into 10 power per degree centigrade, and also it is given that a compressive load of 30 kilonewton, 30 into 10 power 3 Newton. Asked to find stresses induced, Fs is equal to question mark and Fa is equal to question mark. The first part of the problem is to calculate the thermal stresses induced in the steel and aluminum based on the thermal stress concept. First we have to write expression for stress in terms of other by equating the forces in aluminum and steel. Next, for compatibility you have to write the expression, then substitute the values, you will get the stress in steel and aluminum. Compressive force in aluminum is equal to tensile force in steel. Therefore, Fa is equal to 2.5 times of Fs. Next, if you write expression for compatibility, it is alpha A T minus Fa by Ea is equal to alpha S T plus Fs by Es. You will get substitute the values, you will get Fs, that is equal to 8.10 Newton per millimeter square, and by back substitution Fa is equal to 20.25 Newton per millimeter square. As we already discussed here that tensile force in steel means nothing but tensile stress in steel, and compressive force in aluminum is nothing but compressive stress in aluminum. Next, by considering these three members as composite bars, again this aluminum and the steels, now this is subjected to compressive load of 30 kilonewton. So, since strain in materials are same, we can write Fa by Ea is equal to Fs by Es. Therefore, you can write Fs is equal to 2.85 times of Fa. Further, load coming on the composite bar will be shared by different materials, depends upon their capacity. P is equal to Ps plus Pa, that is equal to Fsas plus Faaa. Substituting the values here, so this is equal to P and this is also is equal to P. Substituting here the values for P, Fs, you will get Fa is equal to 15.38 Newton per millimeter square, and by back substitution you will get Fs is equal to 43.84 Newton per millimeter square. You can see here the member, when the member is considered as a composite bar and it is subjected to compressive load, as member composite bar is subjected to compressive load, both the material will receive a compressive load, and hence the stresses induced in the bars will be compressive. Now, based on this we can write the resultant stress. This is very important. Hence, stress in steel Fs is equal to So stress calculated here, it is tensile in nature, it is 8.10 minus 43.84. So we will get negative value 35.74 Newton per millimeter square. It is compressive. Again, stress in aluminium is equal to, here we got already the stress in aluminium is equal to negative value minus 20.25 plus the stress we got here in by considering load 15.38, that is also negative value 15.38, that is equal to 35.65 Newton per millimeter square. So it is resulting is compressive. So resultant stress in both steel and aluminum is a compressive stress. Like this, when a member is subjected to both variation in temperature and external load, we can calculate the stress independently, and finally we can decide the resultant stress. Here the resultant, both the resultant stresses are compressive in nature. So with this we will conclude this, and in the next class, before taking up next topic, I would like to brief the first module in 5 to 10 minutes. We will meet next class.